Hi everyone, welcome to Provisual Tutorials. In this video, I'll show you how you can place and showcase your design using Provisual and 3D mockups. I'll also explain why this is an important and, very often, an overlooked part of selling your design to a client. The process I'm going to show will help you save a lot of time. And as you know, time is the most critical asset, not only for you, but also for business owners. So say goodbye to the never-ending revisions, and instead, spend your free time exploring the 3D mockups and uplifting your presentations. In this video, I'm going to use a pre-made design for the delivery transport, which includes the brand logo, color palette, and various shapes. Time to open a 3D mockup in Provisual to showcase your design in action and give your client a real idea of how their branding will look on the apparel, packaging, transport devices, and on many other interesting objects. Let's see how you can implement your creative ideas with 3D mockups. Let's navigate to the 3D Models section and select an object for our tutorial. In this tutorial, we will learn how to customize the 3D mockup of a food delivery scooter. I think this one is what we need. Let's create a new project. On the left side of the window that has just opened, you can see the panel with scenes. Here you can create new variations of the 3D mockup, each with different design, materials, and environment settings. You will be able to add the new ones and delete the ones you don't need. Below, in the scene elements, we see the structure of the 3D model, where all separate elements are grouped into the folders. On the right side of the screen, you can see the design layers, where you can add your design and work with each design layer separately. Below, you can find the panel with the setup of the material you select. At the bottom of the viewing window, there is a toolbar which you can use to perform quick actions with the 3D model, some of which we will cover in this tutorial. To see more useful features and possibilities of Provisual, you can go to the Tutorials panel by clicking on the corresponding icon at the lowermost toolbar. Scenes featuring vehicles automatically have Skybox mode turned on. Essentially, Skybox allows you to showcase your 3D model within a specific setting. For greater precision, while we adjust the 3D model settings, let's disable the Skybox mode. We will also change the lighting and select a different HDRI map. Now let's set up a drop shadow. I'd like to make it darker. Great. Let's start editing. Prior to adding the design to the scooter, we will edit the color of the model. Let's do it. Let's start with the box. You can either select or customize the color using the color palette, or enter the color code manually. Like this. Now in the materials settings, we will reduce the gloss of the texture. Next, let's copy this material and apply it to the body and trunk. Let's rotate the model and apply a contrasting dark color to the box part for a bolder look. Double-click on the model to apply the color. Now, in the materials settings, we will set the iridescence at 0. We will also add some roughness and reduce the reflectivity. Great. Next, let's copy this material and apply it to the box front parts. Like this. I'm going to edit the seat now. Double-click on the model part you'd like to edit to select it and start setting it up. First, we'll change the color of the seat. In the materials settings, we will make the material more matte. Next, we will add volume to the material using metalness. Next up, let's get the plastic panel sorted. Double-click right on the model. So easy. Let's slightly tweak the material. Let's make it darker and add some adjustments to the material. Let's make the brakes darker. Let's set up the material of the basket. Double-click on it. Now, let's look for a lighter material in the materials gallery. This one looks good. Let's apply it. Next, we can change the color of the basket and tweak the material a little. Looks nice already. The model looks extremely real. Great. All the colors of the scooter are updated now. We only need to add the design. We'll add the first design element to the box. Double-click on this part of the model to make it active for editing. To add the design, click on the Add Design button on the Design Layers panel. You can also download a UV map and create your design in another editor. I've prepared several design elements. Let's add the first one. In this window, we see the editor, where we can move and modify our design. Here on the left, the position of our design on the 3D model is always displayed in real time. Next, we will change the color of this particular design element. Set the opacity value to 1 to do that, then change fill color. Amazing. Next, I'm going to add the design elements to the box parts. Click on the Add Image button to do this. Here, we also place our design based on the UV map and the 3D model preview in the left window. We will also give a lighter shade to the design. Next part, we will add the design to the trunk following the same scenario. It's so easy. I really like my experience with Provisual. We're going to add the design to is body. Nice. Here's our final design element. Let's add it to the front part of the scooter. Placing our design based on the UV map, changing the design color to a lighter one as well. Great. We've added all the design elements to the delivery scooter. Let's save our work. The scooter looks so nice and vibrant. It will stand out at the city streets. Let's add the bright background to our model. We have lots of pre-made background options in Provisual. We can choose a solid fill as the background. Or we can go for a gradient fill. Here we can select the colors and also set the direction of the fill, linear or radial. You can also pick one of the pre-designed backgrounds that we've prepared for you, or add your own image. Let's add one. Excellent. You can turn on moving lights to see how the light enhances the shape and texture of the 3D model. Rotate the 3D model to see how the design looks in motion. Now going back to the environment settings to enable the Skybox mode again. Let's take a look at the HDRI maps options. Let's check other maps. You actually don't need to spend a lot of time picking the right environment at all. They all are so beautiful. Save your clients money by using Provisual. You achieve this as you visually demonstrate how your design and client's product will look in real life before even printing it, posting it on social media, or other online platforms. Thanks to Provisual, you provide your client with a visual representation of your design and confidence in the decisions made. One more reason I like working with Provisual is that I can quickly suggest the diversity of the design options or additional materials for a brand and then sell them to the client. Saving the project now. After you've completed your design, you can share it with everyone by clicking the Share button. You'll get a shareable link to open the interactive viewer with your 3D model. Share it with colleagues, friends, or clients. And this is the end of our tutorial on creating a food delivery scooter design. We hope this has been helpful for you. See you in the upcoming tutorials.